Alright guys, I've taken a couple days off from making videos, and I cannot believe the level of insanity that I have missed out on by not really paying that much attention to what's going on with Dragon Age the Veilguard and all the discussions and controversy around it. But holy crap, let's get into this. This article from Fandom Pulse breaking down how Dragon Age the Veilguard Critic was banned from EA Play for allegedly criticizing EA's partners. And now it's gotten to be a much bigger deal than that, but we're going to kind of catch up with this article, and then we'll get to what more recent information we have about this entire situation. The article says a vocal critic of EA and BioWare's most recent financial disaster, Dragon Age the Veilguard, was banned from EA's subscription service EA Play for allegedly criticizing EA's partners and sponsors. YouTuber Nure, who has been vocal about her criticisms of Dragon Age the Veilguard, reported on X that she was banned on EA Play. Now, a little bit of backstory. Nure, for anybody who doesn't know, and hopefully I'm pronouncing the name properly, was the one who broke the story about the playtester who came to her and said, yo, all the stuff about the pronouns and all the non-binary crap and everything else they're trying to cram into this game that people have been suspecting because Corinne Bush, the director of the game, is again a trans person themselves, himself, whatever you want to call this person. This is the same Nure who has been very critical of EA and Dragon Age the Veilguard. So she wrote, I was just banned for 7 days from EA Play because of harassment of EA partners. So Kayla Elizabeth or Unifade Walker, probably both, and we're going to get into more about both these people in a second, literally got me banned from a subscription service that I pay for. Not that I care because I don't use it, and after this I sure as hell am not going to. And again, I can speak to this because as somebody who pays for Game Pass, I get EA Play as part of that. I hardly ever touch a single game from EA, like ever. So again, while I can say, yeah, if they took away my EA Play membership, I couldn't care less, at the same time, I'm still paying for something that's supposed to give me access to this. So this is very much like Ubisoft saying, hey, don't own your games, be happy, get used to not owning your games, right? At any point, they can just strip those away from you and say, yeah, this isn't yours anymore. You said something naughty, and we're going to punish you for it. In a subsequent post, Nure speculated the alleged harassment that EA is accusing her of was due to her criticism of EA partners Kayla Elizabeth and transgender activist Unifade Walker, who also goes by Eddie, and we'll talk about Eddie more in a minute. Nure wrote, this is so funny because my criticism of Kayla or Eddie was that they had personal ties and privilege of knowing and interacting with EA staff, and you guys just effing proved it. She wrote, which one is it, EA? It says you got suspensions or give suspensions because of activity that goes against TOS while using an EA account. But the activity is harassment against EA affiliated people that I criticized on YouTube and Twitch. So something ain't adding up. So again, what this happened, what this was a situation where they looked at her comments on other platforms and said, because of your negative or critical comments on another platform, we are going to completely yeet your ability to use your EA Play account, whether you pay for it or not. It's absolutely unhinged, insane, psychotic behavior. And of course, you can see Nure criticizing this Kayla Elizabeth person right here, saying that they're a keyboard warrior, a pathetic shill, rallying people behind her to censor and shape other communities to her liking. She has a history of doing this, and she will try to do this with Exodus and Mass Effect 5. And of course, you can see some of her tweets right here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see this one. I want to say so many things because I'm upset, but if you are consuming content made by bigots who target others for being trans, black, or other, quote, marginalized identities, God, I hate that term, marginalized. They love to just throw that out there to kind of blanket everybody with one term. And you're okay with that because they have valid criticism, then you're an effing bigot too. This happened in a Discord, and I let a mod know, so I'm not going to bring more attention to the loser who defended bigotry, but how you can be bigoted and be a Dragon Age fan is beyond me. Pathetic. Well, it gets even better. Now, just yesterday, SmashJT wrote this article after speaking with Nure about how Nure believes that this was done primarily by Eddie, this person who goes by Unifade Walker. Now, if you remember this picture, you can look at this person if you're watching and not just listening to the video. Eddie is a transgender individual, I believe a biological female pretending to be a man and doing a very poor job of it, with those crazy ass eyes looking very excited about Dragon Age Veilguard, who also previously was the one that got to do that little hands-on video talking about the character creator screen. And if you recall how cringe it was, Eddie was very excited about the chest surgery scars and how it made unrepresented people feel seen. So again, this is going back to the entire mission and message of this game. But it gets better. As you can see right here, Corinne Bush, the game director, the transgender person himself, hanging out with Eddie. So basically they just swap parts, I guess. I'm not quite sure how that all works. But then Nure spoke to SmashJT. I'm going to give him the credit for speaking to her. Here's the quote that he got from Nure. It says, Eddie hates me. He's been trying to intimidate me by threatening cease and desist letters when I reacted to a couple of his videos. Then I got equally as big as him and that didn't work anymore. He's been trying to get me deplatformed with no success, but he has direct ties with EA. Now I want you to understand something. Nure is referring to Eddie, a biological woman, as he, because Nure has no problem with transgender people. Nure does not want to be disrespectful and is therefore using this mentally ill person's preferred pronouns. Would I do it? Absolutely not. Because I'm not playing that game. Whether or not you're a good person, whether or not you are truly convinced of your own gender dysphoria and that you feel like you'd be better off living your life as the opposite gender that you were born, that's on you. But don't expect other people to feel compelled to use speech that you prefer simply because you're going to demand it or call everyone else a bigot. I don't play those games. She went on to say he's an EA partner, got flown into the Veilguard camp despite not even having 10,000 followers at the time, and has talked directly on multiple occasions with Corinne Bush, Veilguard's CEO. He's pulled his connections to get me suspended from EA Play for 7 days, probably by claiming targeted harassment, transphobia, and hateful attitude. Now, the reality is, it's looking more and more like this isn't just Eddie who actually got her banned from EA Play. You can see Nuri on Twitter sharing this screenshot of this person, Newt, who goes by Nutella, and it's spelled Fuchs, but it's supposed to be pronounced Fox, I guess. I don't know. On Twitter, saying, so Nuri said, not banned from Twitch, we live to fight another day, and Newt quote tweeted and said, challenge accepted. Nate Hoddebury down here below says, FYI, this is the same user who's been reporting all of your Twitter posts and then gloating about it. And you can see, again, a screenshot that he had captured from this person, Newt, saying, hello, we've received your complaint regarding the following content from the account Nure, and of course, reporting several of Nure's tweets. She says, oh, this is so funny, I thought it was Eddie, so there's not even a lawsuit after all. Nate replies and says, I don't know, seems like the EU automatically flags your posts if reported by enough people, I guess, I don't know for sure. But checking this user's profile, he's made multiple posts where he shows off that your ex post got removed in response to his reports. Nure responds and says, apparently I think they are getting my tweets suspended from certain countries and areas, I don't know anymore. And then Nate replies and says he's also trying to DMCA your post. Says, hello, thank you for submitting a report under the Digital Services Act. Our team is now investigating this matter. We appreciate your patience, cooperation, and will follow up as soon as possible. This is a big no-no. For anybody who doesn't understand, this is a serious accusation that is a federal offense, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but trying to falsely DMCA somebody, that's the kind of shit you don't mess with. And of course, you can see Newt is just a gigantic Dragon Age fan. And of course, actually, this person didn't even have me blocked until I followed Nure earlier today and started interacting with her. And now, of course, I'm blocked. Just like that. Not even interacting with this person. But they're obsessed with Dragon Age Veilguard. They're obsessed with all the fan service, of course, if you want to call it that, all the shipping that they do with these characters. Very disturbed individuals that are obsessed with this game. Nuri says, here it is. It wanted me to post this. What do you guys think? Smash or pass? And this is, of course, the individual that we're speaking about, Newt. Not a well-looking person. I believe it looks, again, like another biological female who thinks she's a badass, or is a very effeminate guy. I honestly can't tell with this one. So good job, I guess. Turns out it wasn't Eddie. Get a load of this thing. And again, just more proof that these people have nothing better to do with their day but to go after people who are critical of the thing that they obsess over. But it gets better. Now we've got Eddie trying to orchestrate a mass flagging, mass reporting campaign against Nure. So Nure says, what a beautiful morning we're having, wouldn't you agree? Stay tuned for today's stream. Apparently it's Eddie's birthday. I'm going to make sure his birthday is unforgettable. That's all that Nure says, right? You can interpret that whatever way you want. That, to me, that sounds like a YouTuber is going to make a YouTube video blasting this person. Eddie says, apparently Nure is threatening me on my birthday. There's no threat there. This is the level of hateful, unhinged crazy I'm dealing with. How long do we have to put up with her online for action to be taken? She is stalking, harassing me, and she's getting away with it. Get this creator reported. If anyone sees her stream and can't report it, it would be a massive help to me and others in the community. Okay? And it gets even better because later on, Eddie makes a point to tell people to flag the live streams as well, because flagging somebody's live stream while they're live will get extra eyes on it. Nuri says someone's busy crying to mommy as usual, and you can see another complaint here that's been filed, and it keeps going on and on. Nuri is saying, not Eddie trying to sue me for defamation or an insult over a tweet where I actively say I support other trans men, and that's the only reason I don't misgender him. The reach, the audacity. Again, pointing out that Nuri herself has been very, I'd say, sympathetic and supportive, if anything, towards transgender people. Then, of course, you see screenshots from Discord where Eddie is essentially telling people don't watch their content, just report and block, report and block, report and block, telling people to report, but not actually giving a legitimate reason. That's not a good look for anybody, especially somebody who's partnered with a massive company like Electronic Arts. Atreus saying, isn't it against YouTube, Twitch, Twitter's terms of service to weaponize your following against somebody with harassment? And again, this is something that I have suffered from when Del Walker, the developer who was criticizing the way that they destroy women in video games, decided to shut his mouth and be a good boy when he got told to not complain about it anymore. That man then put me on blast and I got suspended for nothing from Twitter for a full solid week. Mass flagging campaigns happen all the time, guys. Unfortunately, these people are very effective and very good at it. Smash JT saying this Unified Walker / Eddie creature is quite the piece of social media work. An approach like this is not how you make friends or grow your brand. Just a heads up, doing this on social media will reflect poorly right back on yourself. And this is the tweet right here saying, if anyone sees her stream and can report it, it would be a massive help to me and others in the community. How? How is it a help to anybody in the community? Eddie says, and Endymion says, I was also informed privately that whoever this content creator is, this Fade person, is also trying to target me for my content I made about Dragon Age Veilguard. I'll probably speak about it in a video soon, but this person is Unhinged. Imagine being mad that I made content just showing you what's in the game with a copy of the game I bought with my own money. And of course, 8-Bit Eric sharing the Discord screenshot here saying, I've never seen a more unhinged person than Unified Walker on the internet. Eddie admitting, I might not have been the reason she got banned this time, but I'm certainly going to be the reason for her second ban. I'm reporting everything I see now, or if she goes harder, we'll have more to report. She was only suspended for 7 days. She's acting like she was banned. And so, of course, I asked right here, I said, you're tagging Twitch and YouTube for harassment while simultaneously planning a false flagging campaign. It's kind of retarded, to be honest. Eddie says, does Nure know that? Didn't she do this? And I said, can you point me towards an example of where she has directed anyone specifically to harass or mass report you? And I'm genuinely asking. Some non-binary bestie account shared a screenshot and says, guys, we have the chance to do the funniest thing. And it's simply screenshotting what Eddie had said and then saying, you guys can start with Eddie's tweets. They're inciting their audience to mass report me, and as a woman, I feel targeted. Again, that's Nure saying, you are false flagging me, so these tweets need to be reported. She didn't start the mass reporting. You guys are false flagging her. Seriously, like, this is the most unhinged behavior I've ever seen on the internet from the most weird, freaky, bizarre, like, sections of the internet. These people are completely mentally ill. So again, this is just absolutely insane. This game, I swear to God, if we could go back and press the button and make this game never exist, I feel like the entire world would be healthier and happier for it. I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. Let me know what you think about all this. I'm sure by the time this video comes out first thing Monday morning, there's gonna be a whole new layer to this shit, but I am sick and tired of these people running around, false flagging, mass reporting everybody simply for criticism because they can't take it. I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.